everyone, it's Amy, the Skin and Lash Lady, licensed esthetician, and today I'm going to show you and demo with my mini, this is the Amethyst Mini, how to work the eye area to give you that lift, that lifted eyebrow. As we get older, clients always say to me, Amy, my eyes are getting so small. No, our eyes are staying the same. They're exactly the way they were. It's all the muscles around it are contracting and they're getting lax. And they're kind of like closing in. So we got to like pull it back up. So the muscle around the eye, it's like a circular muscle. And then we have a whole band of muscles here in our forehead. And those we need to help to lift, to give that lifted look. This is a really popular treatment that I do on my clients. Sometimes they'll come in 3 days in a row just to have me lift their eyebrows because they have a big event. So my Pro Machine works on a little bit of a different frequency, but the Mini by Clariblend is the home version. And I'm going to show you the movement of how, and also this is what I do for my movement for my eye area. So first thing is we always make sure our skin is freshly cleansed. Also make sure we're hydrated. If you're dehydrated when you do your microcurrent, you're not going to get as great as a result. And also afterwards, remember to hydrate as well. I am going to use some of my serums. So this is my Victoria Deanne Pepti Lift. This has lysine in it. It helps to tighten up areas of the skin. I only need 1 drop because I'm only doing my eye area. And I'm just going to put it over my eye and over as well on my forehead area, like this band right here of muscle. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. Please remember, not every serum is compatible with microcurrent. A lot of times clients are saying, I'm not getting a result, and they give me the serums that they're using, and there's oil in the serums. And oil blocks the microcurrent. So it's electricity. So we know that water and electricity conduct each other. Oil and electricity does not. So if you're not sure, don't use anything on it. Now, the other thing I want to do is I want to help this area, which has a lot of tension for a lot of people, loosen it up. And I'm going to use my Anma just on my eyebrow area. Now, if you don't have an Anma, and I'm using no pressure, just the weight of the tool, and I'll link this below. If you don't have an Anma, don't worry about it. You could just use your hands. So on the Anma, this is called the thumb and this is called the fingers. So we're just going to use like our fingers. And just like I'm brushing this lightly across my eyebrow, I'm just going to do the same thing with my fingers. You can also use your knuckles if you have long nails. It helps to create a little bit of circulation to the area, and it also helps to release some fascia. So if we have fascia that's stiff or stuck, it's creating tension and we're not going to get the lift. Now this particular movement, it is kind of a combination of the movements that are in your brochure, but I kind of combine them into one because I found that they're effective. There's a lot of things you can do with this tool, and I'm always looking for ways of how to work a little bit smarter and not as much as harder. So when I work on my clients on my professional unit, I'm using a glove. And my glove, I tend to be always lifting and holding, lifting and holding. We're going to do the same thing with the Mini. This is the Amethyst one. I'm going to plug it in to a little power pack. That's the best way to use it. It has a USB connection on it. I'm using my Clariblend gel. This is what comes in your kit. And I don't need a lot because I'm only working on the eye area. I'm also going to mix with it my Skin Recovery Mix, my Glymed Skin Recovery Mist. You can just add in regular tap water. Tap water has minerals in it, and it really makes for really great conductive gel. I always water down my conductive gel. I like them thin and watery and wet. They're wetter, they're better in my opinion. And also, if you find that your gel is drying, don't apply more gel. Just apply some water. I always keep a little jar of water or a spray bottle or my mist, and I just spray on it to reactivate the gel. You don't have to keep adding on more gel. Too much gel is just not a great thing. So I'm gonna put this all over my entire eye. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly do the bottom part of my eye. I never not do that area. I want to flush out if there's any puffiness there, and I also want to do a little lifting. So I go right to the corner, and I go around, and I'm going to hold up for my 2 beeps. So the unit is always on, and there's the 2 beeps. That's counting for 10 seconds. I'm just going to do it again. So So even if you don't hear the beep or you're in the middle of a beep, don't worry about it. It's kind of just a guide. My professional unit does not have a beep. I'm always counting when my clients come in. They're always like, you're always counting. I'm like, well, counting my beeps, counting seconds. We're only going to do this 3 times. We don't want to overwork the eye area on the bottom because we can either dehydrate it and tomorrow you'll look crepey, or the reverse can happen and you can be puffy. So that's enough, very lightly. So now we're going to work the top area, and I'm going to go from my crease right here, and I'm going to go super slow all the way into my hairline, just like this. Put it at the end, and the slower the better. And if you can see, my unit is even on my skin. And I'm going, don't worry that it double beeped, it's okay. It's a slow and hold movement, and I'm gonna hold right in my hairline, and I'm gonna wait for the double beep. And I'm gonna do that again, same thing, super slow. And as you can see, I have both probes evenly, I'll move around a little bit so you can see, on that area. It's okay that it beeped again. And now I'm just gonna hold it right at my hairline. There have been times with some clients that I am holding it much further in their hairline because I just know their anatomy. We're gonna do it one more time. Remember, it's not about doing more movements, and I'll show you in a minute what I mean. It's about doing it slower and holding longer. And I do have a little bit of pressure on here to hold the skin up. You know, it's also on the bone, and I wanna keep my movement. So I put a light amount of pressure to slowly move the unit. So that was 3 movements in one spot. I see people all the time going like this and like this. That is not how these units work. It's about slow and hold. So I did 3 movements. Now I'm gonna go to the middle of my eye, right above that crease. Now it had already come off my beep. We'll get back on the beep, just for the easier. And slow, and I'm pushing up. I have a lot of skin. I'm going over my eyebrow, slow, slow, slow. It's okay that it double beep, don't worry about it, it's still going. And I'm holding it right in my hairline. I'm gonna hold for a double beep. There are many times I'll hold a client for 30 seconds. And then we do that again. And then last time, it's getting a little dry, so I'm gonna put a little bit more conductive gel. And I'm gonna do it right here at the start of my eyebrow, and the same thing. Slow, 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 slow. I tell myself slow. Slower the better. Slower the better. Slower the better. I'm gonna hold it in my hairline. And I'm gonna do that movement 3 times. And then I'm gonna work across the center and to do my other eye as well. Now, you're gonna ask me, how often do I do this movement? At the beginning, if you really wanna get that eye to raise and you're really it's a struggling area for you, I'd recommend that you do that every day for at least like 10 days. Like, start to get that muscle conditioned. Start to get that muscle relaxed if it's a tension area. Some people have too much laxity from age, so we need to build it up. Either way, we want to keep working it more often. And then you'll see, oh wow, look, I really got that lift. It's starting to move. And then you can determine how often do you need to do it for maintenance. So I always tell everybody, when you start it, take a photograph, because when you look in the mirror every day, you can't judge differences. And then a week later, take a photo, and then keep doing your microcurrent, and then a week later, take a photo, and then you can see. Now, remember, the muscle isn't gonna hold on its own. You're going to have to keep doing it. So some people can just do their eyebrow once a week and it'll hold. Some people may have to do it twice a week. That is something that's determined about your age. When you start your microcurrent, everybody's face holds different. I can do my eyebrows and they will hold usually easily for the week, and I'm pretty good with it. But if I have a big event that I know I'm gonna go to, I may, let's say I have a Saturday night event, I may do this on Friday and then again on Saturday. So this way I have a really nice open eye. I wanna focus on my eyeshadow and, you know, this whole area. So just a quick review, we're going to start at the crease and we're gonna slowly move up into the hairline and then hold for longer, 20 or 30 seconds. The slower your movement, the better your result. If you go too fast, you may not get the result. Thank you for following along. Let me know if you have other things you'd like me to make a video. I've tagged everything in the description below for how to obtain a mini by Clara blend, or if you need a consultation on the Victoria DN peptides. Don't forget to follow for more, or click if you like this video. Thanks.